Hello friends! I'm so excited to be filming today. We are going to be filming our new October Cozy Mystery Releases video. I do one of these every single month on my channel. I'll link the playlist above, and we have 25 new October Cozy Mystery Releases that I'm going to dive into, so stay tuned for the synopses and some scattered animations throughout. Let's go ahead and hop into our first pick. So this first one is from a series that I've read the first book in and really enjoyed and would like to read more from, and that is The Secret Book and Scone Society by Ellery Adams. This is called The Little Lost Library, and it is book 7 within the series, and it's coming out on October 22nd. And this one's cozy, but it's definitely a little more hard-hitting topic-wise than some other cozy mysteries in terms of each character kind of within the Secret Book and Scone Society has like their own kind of dark past or history or memories they're kind of trying to get over. So our main character in this is Nora. There is this elderly Miracle Springs resident named Lucille Winter, and she arranges for Nora to deliver an order of books to a creepy, crumbling Southern Gothic mansion on the outskirts of town. Nora doesn't expect to be invited in. Lucille is an agoraphobe. She doesn't leave Winter House, but when Lucille doesn't come to the door to collect her books, Nora begins to worry. So Nora forces her way into Lucille's dilapidated home, and she's shocked to find rooms bursting with books and a lifeless Lucille at the foot of her stairs. Now she reads a note left behind by Lucille, and she wonders if her death was an accident. Did she fall, or was she pushed by someone seeking a valuable item hidden within Winter House? Lucille's children are clearly confident the house contains something of value because they hire Nora to sift through the piles of books. Nora's obsession with Lucille's collection becomes cause for concern among her friends in the Secret Book and Scone Society. She's even neglecting her bookshop, but Nora does find something valuable deep inside Winter House, a revelation about Lucille's terrible past and a secret worth a small fortune. But there's someone who'd do anything to keep the secret buried among the moldering tomes, and it's up to Nora and her friends to track down a murderer before Winter House's lost library claims another victim. This just sounds super interesting. I really need to get the second book in this series because I did very much enjoy book 1. Next we have a Meg Langslow mystery series by Donna Andrew. This is book 36 in the series. It's called Rocking Around the Chickadee, and it's coming out on October 15th. And this one has a very interesting premise. So our main character is Meg, and her sister-in-law Delaney is pregnant, and unfortunately she is due to give birth right around Christmas. So it's a very high stress time of year already, combined with this, very stressful timing with her pregnancy. So Meg and her family are doing everything they can to keep Delaney calm and more bored than anything. They want her to really look after her health. So they're hosting parties away from home. They're not doing some of their normal holiday festivities. They're doing everything they can to give her a normal, relaxing, non-Christmassy time of year, basically, just so she can kind of relax and just get ready for labor. All of their efforts are thrown out the window when they find a body in Meg and Michael's yard, and this person is actually a member of the Presumed Innocence group, which is a group that Meg's grandmother attends, and it's like a group of people who I guess are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. Like maybe they've been accused of something and they're trying to clear their name, I think is kind of the vibe I'm getting from the description. And now Meg is trying to solve what happened to this poor person. Next we have one from a series I've been dying to start. I have to start this series this fall, or I need to. It's by Catherine Bruns, and it's called In the Blink of a Pie, a maple syrup mystery. It's book 3 in the series, and it's coming out on October 22nd, 2024. And this one takes place during Thanksgiving in Sugar Ridge, Vermont. So our main character in this is Layla, and she is this manager, and she runs this maple syrup farm. And she's gonna host a pie baking contest to kind of kick it off at her farm, and she's really excited. There's gonna be all these maple goodies and prizes and stuff like that, until somebody ends up dying from a poisoned pie. And obviously this is not the advertisement she was looking for when she put together this pie baking contest for her farm. And now not only is her farm and her livelihood at stake, but she's also starting to wonder, was this whoever poisoned the pie, were they trying to get to the person they poisoned, or were they trying to get even closer to home, maybe to her or another loved one? I have been dying to get to the series. It's so perfect for this time of year, and this one specifically takes place in November, so it's perfect. This next one is from one of my favorite bookish cozy mystery series. That is a Library Lovers mystery series by Jenn McKinlay. This is called A Merry Little Murder Plot, and it's book 15 in the series, and it takes place in Briar Creek, which is in the Northeast, and it's coming out on October 8th. So the main premise for the series is our main character, Lindsay Norris, is a library director at Briar Creek. She's got this fascinating group of characters at the library. They have this crafternoon group that I love that often meets at the beginning and end of each book. I love it. There's such a dynamic cast of characters. I would really recommend reading this one in order if you can. Lindsay is excited because this famous author, Helen, is going to be coming and staying in Briar Creek for the holiday season. Unfortunately, she brings with her this very bah humbug type attitude. She's very frosty. She's not very social. She's not participating in any of the Christmas events that Briar Creek is known for. And Lindsay decides to try to maybe help her socialize by inviting her to the Crafternoon Club that she's a part of, but she declines. Unfortunately, Helen then has an altercation with a patron at the library, and Lindsay starts to suspect there might be a bigger reason that Helen is keeping to herself. Then Lindsay runs into this woman named Jackie, who is a self-proclaimed #1 fan who believes she's destined to meet the author. And in the past, Lindsay has suffered from a stalker herself, so she warns Helen about this. Later on, Jackie is found dead, and she's also clutching Helen's latest manuscript. So all eyes are on the famous author and whether or not she committed the murder. And Lindsay maybe isn't the author's biggest fan with her bah humbug attitude, but she doesn't think Helen does it, so she gets involved in the case. I love this series. I love Jenn McKinlay's writing, so I'm really excited for this. I'm working my way through catching up on this series right now. Coming out on October 22nd, we have a new release by Amanda Flower from her Amish Candy Shop Mystery Series. This is book 9 in the series, and it's called Gingerbread Danger, and it takes place in Harvest, Ohio, right before Christmas. So our main character in this is Bailey King, and she runs an Amish candy shop, and she also is the star of her own like candy TV show, which is really cool. She's engaged, Christmas is coming, she's just really excited, and her town is actually going to be doing a Candyland themed like downtown featuring her own homemade gingerbread, which is such a cool idea. I would love that. Unfortunately, her and Aiden, who is like the sheriff in town, get bad news when they find out that one of their friends is killed right before Christmas, and unfortunately it looks like it's an accident. Or is it? And the accident takes place right outside of Bailey's candy factory, and it turns out that the victim was working for some very powerful men in the country and may have actually been giving them intel on the Amish community against his own like Amish community, which is really unfortunate, and they get involved in this case. So I love the cover on this one. I have read book 1 in the series. I really need to pick up the next ones in the series because I just really enjoyed book 1. Okay, our next one is called A Shot of Scandal, a cafe crimes cozy mystery. It's book 1 in the series by Simone Stier, and this one's coming out on the 2nd. So we have our main character who is, okay, the cover on this, it looks like it has a Boston Terrier, which is one of my favorite dog breeds ever. So I had to pick this for this video. Our main character is Parker, and she's a former true crime podcaster turned aspiring cafe owner who thought swapping the hustle and bustle of the big city for the quaint small town of Magnolia Grove would be a piece of cake. But when a high society gala at the Beauregard Mansion ends with a murder and the theft of the priceless Magnolia Rose necklace, Parker's peaceful new life quickly becomes as frothy as a latte. Desperate for answers, Jackson enlists Parker to dust off her sleuthing skills and solve the crime. As she juggles the chaos of renovating her new cafe and adjusting to small town life, Parker dives into a mystery steeped in secrets, lies, and scandalous crimes. This just looked amazing. I have to say I was very drawn in by the dog. I'm very biased. I love that dog breed, but I also love like a good coffee or tea cozy, and this one just looks so fun. Next we have a new Agatha Raisin mystery by MC Beaton, and this is called Killing Time. It is book 35 in the series, and it's coming out on the 8th. And she is the star of her own hit TV series. So Agatha Raisin has a private detective agency. She's had a lot of near misses in the past, and recently there's been a rush of shop burglaries in the small town she lives in, so she's been investigating those. On top of that, she's been called to stage this glamorous promotional event, and then she's almost kidnapped. So she starts to lie low with her recent love interest, who is a former police officer, while she tries to figure out who wants her dead or kidnapped, what is going on, who is committing these burglaries, and to wrap up all of these loose ends. She's got quite the busy schedule right there. This next one, the title is hilarious. It's called The Knife Before Christmas, a fixer-upper mystery. It's book 11 in the series by Carlisle, and this is coming out on October 22nd. So our main character in this is Shannon Hammer, and she is a fixer-upper contractor, and Christmas is approaching, and she and her fiance have been hired on this project with this like luxury hotel in town owned by the Garrisons, who are known for these extravagant 7-course meals that they throw every day between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Can I come? I'd like to come, please. So in the past, they've had a train that transports guests around the property, but this year they're doing kind of a carnival style thing, and they've hired Shannon to build some of the like attractions or different things for it. However, not everyone is thrilled about what she's doing, including the Garrison's children. They're upset about the money being squandered on the holiday occasions. And then one of the family's kind of nearby mischief makers ends up dead, and Shannon gets involved in the case. I really need to read this series. It looks so good. Speaking of Christmas, this next one is called The Terrier, an Andy Carpenter mystery. It's book 30 in the series by David Rosenfelt. So our main character in this one is Andy Carpenter, who is a reluctant lawyer. He is excited to be back in Paterson, New Jersey after a week-long family vacation, and he's ready to put the holly jolly season way behind him and settle in at home with his 3 dogs. But when they arrive, there's an extra dog awaiting them, as well as one anxious dog sitter. The dog showed up on the doorstep a few days ago, and the sitter knew Andy would know what to do. So Andy recognizes Murphy, who the Carpenters fostered before the dog went home with BJ Brenner and his mother. BJ wanted to learn all he could about caring for Murphy, which made Andy like him immediately. Well, Andy goes to take Murphy back to the Bremmers, though he unfortunately finds BJ's mother in tears. It turns out Murphy ran off after BJ was arrested for murder. Andy had hoped for a quiet Christmas vacation, but he likes Murphy's family, and his golden retriever, Tara, likes Murphy, so he can't resist getting involved. Unfortunately, this case is not simple whatsoever, and BJ is suspected of murdering one of his professors. With nothing to go on but Andy's own conviction about BJ's dog-loving character, proving his innocence is going to be a bit of a miracle. So this is lots of doggy humor and courtroom drama in the cover. Look at that dog. I'm like, oh, so cute. This next one is called A Pumpkin Hollow Candy Store Mystery. It's by Kathleen Suzette, and it's called Marshmallows, Mystery, and Mischief, and it has the most adorable cover I think I've ever seen. It's coming out on the 7th. So our main character in this is Mia Banks and her sister Christy, and they own the Pumpkin Hollow candy shop, and they live in a Halloween themed like year-round town, which is amazing. I love it. This is supposed to have a lot of warm family like kind of references, lots of candy, lots of Halloween references, of course, and they actually end up finding a dead witch. I think there's like some supernatural characters in this, it sounds like. They find her dead and they try to get involved in the case. They have to be careful though, because Mia's husband Ethan works on the police force, and they can't afford to jeopardize his job or step on too many toes. So they discreetly try to solve this mystery. How cute is this cover? I know I say that about like most cozy mystery covers, but they really just, they're so cute. They get me. I love it so much. Another Christmas cozy. This one is a Southern Quilting cozy mystery, and this is A Southern Quilting Cozy Christmas by Elizabeth Craig. And this is coming out on October 15th, 2024, and it takes place in the charming mountain town of Dap. And this small town looks forward to one really big event every year, and that is local socialite Arabella's big Christmas soiree, where everyone can put on their finest and they get really excited and dolled up, and everyone arrives that day. But the party has just gotten kicked off when tragedy strikes and a murder happens. So Beatrice, our main character, starts to piece together clues, and she starts to dig up these old grudges in town, especially ones around Arabella, against the backdrop of Christmas craft fairs. So if you like crafty cozy mysteries, Christmas cozy mysteries, this one seems to have it all. Plus, is that a corgi on the cover? Because it looks like a corgi. If you've read this series, let me know. But it looks like a corgi to me, and I love corgis. They are so cute. Coming out on the 18th, we have a very clean cozy mystery, and this one is called A Clean Murder, Clean Sweep Cozy Mysteries. It's book 10 in the series by Dianne Harman, and this takes place in the small town of Alma, Missouri. So our main character is Jane Barrow, and she has a thriving cleaning business, and she's also known for being a bit of a sleuth, you know, like most cozy mystery protagonists are, but her friend Jane invites her to check out this old B&B that she's running, and it's kind of dilapidated. It could use a little TLC, it sounds like. Unfortunately, one of Tracy's guests is found murdered nearby, and at first it's believed to be an accident, but the more the police look into it, it seems to be murder. And We unfortunately also find out that Jane's friend Tracy has also been drugged the night the murder happened. I don't know if it's to like set her up or just so she didn't see anything, but obviously that's terrible. So Jane starts to dig into the case. She starts to uncover secrets about this powerful local family, a local development company, and a lot of things leading back to greed. And as she gets closer to solving the mystery, her children actually become a target. So now her mom instincts are full force and she is determined to solve this mystery and help her friend and keep her children safe. And there's a cute dog on the cover. Really cute dog. This next one is one of my most anticipated cozy releases for the entire year, and that's Sleep in Heavily Pizza by Mindy Quigley. And this is the Deep Dish Mystery Series. It's book 4 in this series, and it's coming out on October 22nd. And we have our main character, who is a pizza chef, Delilah O'Leary, and she has her cat companion and my favorite, Butterball. And they're getting into the holiday spirit as Geneva Bay hosts the nation's premier snow sculpting championship. So the annual event transforms the charming resort town into a wonderland of snow castles, ice rinks, and cozy cups of cocoa. On the eve of the festival, though, a too good to be true Chrismukkah catering gig brings some frosty tidings and heralds an unexpected visit from Delilah's high-intensity older sister. Suddenly it seems that the holidays may not be the happiest seasons of all. And when one of the town's snowy sculptures reveals a chilling surprise, murder threatens to put the celebrations and Delilah's crew on ice for good. How cute is Butterball on the cover? Butterball has so much personality. I want to hug this cat. I love this cat. I've read the first, I'm current on this series and I cannot wait to read this next book. Next we have one by Nancy Coco. This is part of the Candy Coated Mystery Series. It is book 13 in the series and it's called Fudgy Christmas Murders. And this one is coming out on October 22nd. So this includes 3 novellas featuring the characters from the Candy Coated Mystery Series. They're all Christmassy ones, and it also includes an excerpt from next year's 2025's full-length novel. So I just wanted to include this in here. I'm not going to go through each novella, but if you are a fan of the series, this is a collection of Christmas novellas featuring those characters, and it has a preview of next year's book. This next one has the most beautiful autumnal cover. It has pie all over it. It's adorable. It's called A Pie for a Pie, a Scotty Ramone cozy mystery, book 5 in the series by London Lovett, and it's coming out on October 21st. So our main character is Scotty, and she runs a bake shop in Ripple Creek, and it's autumn and it's bustling and there's pie and there's gonna be a pie eating contest. But her heart right now is kind of aching. She's it sounds like she's in some kind of love triangle or maybe decision about her love and social life, and one of the men has left town, one is in town. She's kind of struggling and grappling with her feelings. And then simultaneously our murder mystery is that there's a pie eating contest and someone dies while eating a piece of pie. And unfortunately it's Scotty's entry into the contest, so she is determined to clear her name and to solve what happened to this poor individual. I love the cover for this. It's so beautiful and just perfect for this time of year. And next, one of my other most anticipated releases for this year, and one that I just got approved for on NetGalley and I can't wait. Fondue or Die by Korina Moss. This is a cheese shop mystery, book 5 in the series. It's coming out on October 22nd. So our main character in this is Willa, and she owns the Sonoma Valley cheese shop, and it's very French inspired, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love this series. I'm caught up on it. I strongly recommend it. And in this one, the small town of Yarrow Glen's neighbor, Lockwood, hosts an annual Labor Day weekend bash called Dairy Days, and Willa and her cheese shop, Curds and Whey, refuse to miss out on the fun. Willa is thrilled to celebrate her favorite thing. She's a cheesemonger after all. And the festival goes all out with butter sculptures, goat races, cheese wheel relays, even a Miss Dairy pageant. Too bad the pageant runner, Nadine, is treating Dairy Days prep like it's fondue or die and is putting everyone around her on edge. When Willa finds Nadine's dead body under years' worth of ceramic milk jugs, the police aren't sure whether the death was an accident. But fingers are pointing at Willa's employee, Miss Schultz, who steps in to help the pageant after Nadine's death. Someone wanted Nadine out of the way, and Willa is going to find out who. I strongly recommend this series. The characters are fantastic. Willa's employees at the shop all are interesting and unique. The settings, the cheese. There's nothing I don't really love about this series, honestly. I've read every one of the series so far, and I cannot wait to read the e-arc for it. Another very autumnal one from Tonya Capes. This is called Autumn's Awning and Arson, and this is the 38th book in a Camper and Criminals cozy mystery series. This is coming out on the 27th. and this one takes place in Normal, Kentucky. And I actually just read book 1 in this series this month and really enjoyed it. So even though the series is so long, I'm looking forward to continuing it. So our main character in this is Mae West, and she runs and like owns and manages this campground in Normal, Kentucky, and this big autumn event that they do is the Daniel Boone Festival. It's the real highlight of the season, and everyone's getting really excited for it until a historian there ends up dead. Toastier than a s'more is how it's described. I can't say that with a straight face, I really tried. But it's discovered that the flames weren't actually what got to him. He was dead before the flames got to him, so it wasn't actually, it was premeditated. This was not an accident, basically. So now Mae West and her friends Dottie and the Laundry Club ladies, which are a delightful bunch, I really enjoyed them in book 1, are determined to solve this mystery. The covers for this series are so cute. If you're a seasonal cozy mystery reader or like holiday cozy mystery reader, there is literally a book in the series for like every holiday or season under the sun. It's so cool. For those of you that enjoy a paranormal cozy mystery, this one is called Going Ghost. It's a Salem Spirits cozy mystery. It's book 1 in the series by Dina Marie, and it's coming out on October 16th. So our main character in this is Claire Kelly, and she's a 32-year-old who has recently fled an abusive marriage situation, and she flees to this old Salem home that I think is in like her husband or her name. She flees there because no one's currently occupying the place. At least that's what she suspects, until she comes across a Union soldier ghost and a cat. And it takes her a while to kind of come to grips with the fact that she's talking and seeing a ghost, but then even more shocking things happen. An accident happens right outside her home, and the person who died in that accident comes to her home in the form of a ghost and claims that they were murdered, and he asks for Claire's help. Now Claire is kind of reluctant because she's already looking over her shoulder watching for her ex. She's really like already nervous. She's kind of freaked out with the ghost situation, but then the ghost helps out this puppy in need, and she decides to help them and kind of keep an eye out and try to solve this person's murder. I thought this was such an interesting concept, and it does take place in Salem. It's paranormal, perfect for this time of year. If you're looking for something a little more tropical to warm you up this winter or autumn season, this one is perfect. It's called Vanished Visitor, a Pearl Sands Beach Resort cozy mystery, book 5 in the series, written by Danielle Collins and Millie Briggs. And this is coming out on the 29th. And while this is a beachy one, it is Christmassy as well, so kind of a perfect combo. So this one takes place on a fictional remote island with a very layered, storied past. And our main character, Charlie, is Christmas is approaching and she's not thrilled. She's got a lot of like emotional baggage around the holiday, so she leaps at the opportunity when this very wealthy woman offers her a chance to do some sleuthing. And basically she has to head to this exclusive holiday party and put her nose to the ground and solve a mystery that happens there. Not too much to go on with the summary, but I hope that this one sounds fun. I think the tropical setting for like a Christmassy one can be really fun just because it's kind of unexpected for what most of us think of for Christmas. For those of you that like a foodie cozy mystery, this one is for you. It's called A Culinary Cozy Mystery. It's Dumplings and Disaster. This is the Alphabet Soup Mystery. It's book 4 in the series by Erica J. Welton, and it's coming out on the 17th. And it does include recipes at the end of the book. So our main character in this is Chef Jess, and she is staying out of this mystery until it involves one of her bussers, Marco. So essentially there is this building nearby that burns down. And at first people think it's an accident, but then they discover a body inside, and the person didn't pass away from the fire. There was blunt force trauma to them. So they were murdered before the fire was set. And for some reason the police believe it's her busser, Marco, and she really believes he's an upstanding man, and a lot of people also agree with this assessment. They can't believe that he had anything to do with this. So Chef Jess gets involved in the case to try to clear her busser's name. Unfortunately, the evidence against him is pretty bad, but she is determined to clear his name, and this one just sounds really fun. I love the alphabet soup idea, and it's just one that's been on my list to want to try for a while. Next, we have the cutest looking cozy mystery for Halloween. If you're looking for super Halloween cozy, this is it. It's called Nightmare in Halloween Hollow, a Brambleberry Bay Murder Club Book 6 by Addison Moore, and this is coming out on October 10th. And this one involves a Halloween Hollow festival. You ready for this? So Halloween in Brambleberry Bay is usually time for pumpkin carving, costume contests, and candy corn binges. But this year the jack-o'-lanterns aren't the only things lighting up the night. There's a killer on the loose, and with the bodies piling up, Hattie and Killian are left wondering if it's the work of a serial killer. Willowbilly Hall has opened its wicked arms to the residents of Brambleberry Bay as it plays host to the Halloween Hollow Festival on its sprawling 33-acre estate. But a real body turns up in the makeshift graveyard, and soon the residents of Brambleberry Bay are wrapped up in a mystery. Now, the Halloween Hollow Festival is renowned for its extravagant decorations, but it's not typically known for deadly homicide. But between bobbing for apples and dodging deadly traps, my sweet cat Cricket and our golden retriever buddy Rookie must navigate through the maze of clues and suspects, and the closer we get to solving the case, the mystery only seems to deepen, revealing dark secrets in the town itself. I thought this just sounded so cute, and I had to include it for October because it's perfect. Next, we have a crafty cozy mystery series. This is called One Deadly Needle, an Agatha Royale mystery. It's book 3 in the series by Ella Andrew, and it's coming out on the 15th. And it features a miniature schnauzer named Mike. So our main character in this is Agatha Royale, and her aunt Edna moves into this like assisted living facility, and so far so good, things are going okay, but Agatha is shocked when she goes to visit her aunt and learns that a resident there has been killed with a pair of knitting needles, and everyone there, including the residents and her aunt, are a suspect. So Agatha gets involved in the case, trying to clear her aunt's name and to find out what happened to this poor residents. So she's using the help of her miniature schnauzer and her friend Emma to try to solve this case before it's too late. Next, we have a B&B style cozy mystery. This is called A Very Merry Murder Mystery. It's book 4 in the series by Rachel Beatty, and this specifically is called The Harmony Inn Homicide, and it's coming out on the 11th. And this one looks like it's novella length. It's about 70 pages. Our main character is Meredith Grey, and she's being forced to stay at this nearby B&B while her house is being fumigated, and she's not thrilled about it. And things get worse when a resident at the hotel ends up being murdered. So one of the members of staff is poisoned at Harmony Inn, and it's soon clear that not everything is as it seems at this inn, and it's definitely not as harmonious as it should be. So that is the general premise for this. It looks like it's a novella because it's 70 pages. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you. It's like a very short paragraph. And then last but not least, we have a very interesting theme. It's a knick-knack boutique mystery series. This is book 4 in the series by Constance Barker, and it's called Mocha, Macaroons, and Death. And this is coming out on the 31st. So our main character in this is Lindy, and she is known for being a bit of a sleuthing character, as many of our cozy mystery sleuths are. She decides to step in and help Jenny, who owns the Yarn Hub, like a little shop in town, because she's been getting these anonymous threats. But then things escalate when someone who is on the construction team, like renovating the shop, ends up murdered. So then Lindy and Cody, who is a member of the police force, end up tag teaming again and trying to solve this mystery and what happened to this poor man. And all while this is going on, they're trying to balance their romantic feelings for each other that are starting to kind of escalate as the series progresses. There's a rival shop owner, there's Jenny's ex-husband, and there's also a local developer, all who have excellent motives for wanting to either hurt the specific man or to hurt Jenny's shop. And Cody and Lindy are going to have to really go through the mysteries of this town and Jenny's past to solve this mystery. And I haven't heard of this one. Let me know if you've read it because it sounds really interesting. I love the theme for it, a knick-knack boutique. How fun. And that is everything for October, guys. If I missed any that you're really excited for, let me know. And also leave me a comment down below. What are your top 3 most anticipated cozy mystery releases for October? I will leave mine down below in the comments as well. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do post new book content every week on my channel, especially within the cozy mystery and thriller genres, so anything with a mystery base really. And I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!